Hi, this is Dan, and I'm here with more Let's Play of Monster Train. So, we are doing a run with the Umbra and Melting Remnant as our allied clan. So we're going to get started here. So we're going to have Sapping Seraph at the end. We've got a couple of good cards as our random start, so that seems positive. Now, I have sort of an idea here in that I've been having trouble with this combination, even though they're kind of my favorite clans. I think if we go this one, I don't think I use enough tomb units for this to be valuable. And honestly, a lot of the times the tomb units do better when they get killed, so I'm not sure you want them to have more HP. So I'm going to go with this. Well, let's see what our options are here, and hopefully we get the one I want. Yeah, I think the problem I have is that the reason that kind of these clans appeal to me is they're built around long-term buffing. Usually, like with the Melting Remnant, it's the so yeah, I'm gonna go with the Monstrous here. You know, the Melt Reform cycle, and with the Umbra, it's feeding them a lot of morsels. And I sort of can't resist always going for like the long-term play, which means like never have enough oomph early in the fight, so things just get away from me. So my thinking here is I need to not chase the gorge route. So I'm thinking that by taking the monstrous champion, it'll sort of counteract my impulse to want to start slow and build up. Right, this guy is tough from the start, so I think that's gonna help a lot in not letting the fights get away from me. Well, so since we will have a tough unit to begin with, I think it's okay to do armor 10, and getting a unit draft early is pretty valuable, so we're gonna try it. Yeah, in the, let's see, I just talked about that. So, and this is interesting. The other problem I've been having with Covenant level 10 is that Daze just makes that third floor so hard to deal with, but this maybe sort of evens the score a little bit. Okay, so, this is our tough guy. We want him here. Well, you know what? We can fight them on the next floor, because Morsel miners are so good that I want to feed one to my guy here. All right. Okay, well, so we want to kill both of these guys. So one way we can do that is we'll put a train steward. I mean, we might as well do that and let the this guy's damage shield do some work, and you can get the other drag here. Alright, and that gets the collector. And down here, we bring back our Morsel miner. That beefs us up even more and kills this guy. The other Morsel was a damage shielder. Yeah, so we might as well do that as well. There's no room for him down here, so we'll just give him to the train steward once this guy's dead. And the train steward will be in front. Yeah, well, I get. Yeah, maybe it did go to the guy before he burned out. So I guess there's an order of operations thing going on there. Alright. Well, the armor is a bit of a problem. So how do we kill both of these guys? I'm not sure that we do. Alright, well, let's see what happens when we get a super drag. I guess we'll put him here. Yeah, that worked. Alright, now the problem here is we're taking too much damage. So, how do we get around that? I mean, I'm not sure there's a ton we can do. So I'm just gonna give this guy a Morsel Miner. That'll give us 5 more HP, so that'll give us another round of attack, yeah. And then hopefully on the next turn we'll get some cards to be able to bring some stuff back. Okay, so I think this, well, you know what, he's gonna survive for a round. I was thinking I'd bring back the super drag, but this is gonna work just fine, so. Oops, I definitely should have not let that happen. Yeah, I got so wrapped up in whether I wanted to, you know, which one I wanted to reform that I didn't pay attention to the bad card in my hand. Alright, well, Antumbra Assault is always useful to be able to direct some damage. So a draft could be good, it can be good. So I'll take it, I guess. Alright, Legion of Wax is, I think, interesting. I mean, this guy would be interesting, actually, if we had the Ember to summon him. Well, you know what? We do have that that card that reduces the Ember cost of things. Let's try it. I've never used this thing effectively before, so let's put it in the deck, see if we can make it work. Yeah, the Legion of Wax is interesting, but I think it's hard to feed morsels to it because the like once it splits, only the front morsel or the front unit would get morsels. So I'm inclined to try to get more remnant units because I want. I'm hoping to get one of the ones that powers up on harvest, like this guy. Oh my god, this is exactly what I wanted. Big sludge. Because morsels will count as harvesting, so I want that guy to be our main morsel consumer. Alright, so and then we can make this cheaper. This more powerful. And then if we rerolled, we wouldn't have enough to get anything good anyway. So let's just get rid of a train steward. And see what our next fight is here. Okay, spikes, and we get money. I'm not too scared of spikes. It's a little bad for our champion because of the trample. But we have the, the ability to reform units, so hopefully it's not too bad. And actually, I think the more units we get played, the better. The more likely it is we'll be able to get our Shadow Siege, which with our summoning spell. Or otherwise, it's got a good chance of just hitting a train steward or something. Alright, so big sludge, I think, is who we want on our... Well, do we want them on the top floor or the second floor? And we also have the prison retrieval. But I think big sludge... I'll get him there. And he's getting a little low on the HP for my taste, but there's not really a whole lot we can do about it. Okay, well, I killed this guy and we still get the harvest trigger, so that's good. And I think we need HP down here. Although I guess we probably would have been better served with one of these guys if we wanted to give him HP. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so I'm really psyched that this is exactly the unit I wanted to make this idea work. All right, well, we're taking too much damage, so we're not even getting any hits in. So I think let's just put a dreg there. He'll tank the first hit. This guy, and then this guy heals. So that part of it isn't great. But, so let's bring back our Morsel Miner, and we're just gonna plan on the second floor being our big fight. Our champion, basically, our champion's job is to keep the regular fight manageable until you know, we've got our heavy hitter tanked up. So it's not a failure that he's getting killed here. He's done his job. Now this is the question of can we do what needs to be done? Almost, but not quite. So I think we're probably going to be fine if we bring this guy back. So that he makes this guy more powerful and does a hit on his own. Yeah, and there we're already done. So I'll just all right. Get our extra money. Alright, I think Space Prism is good for us because we are a little bit constrained down on that bottom floor. I think we already have all the stuff we need here. Okay. So, I mean, I would like this, but we also have some units we want to upgrade. So let's go over here. Ooh, we could get another one, or a Wickless Baron, who's also who is the other one that I wanted to get. I mean, he's interesting in that he gets permanent upgrades rather than rage, which decays. You know what? We could actually kind of put them together, except then there's no room for morsels. I think that makes a little bit more sense. We'll find out here. Alright, well, we like a lot of this stuff. I think this makes him more survivable as a tank, so that's good. I think we'll just stick that on the draft. I don't like large stone because we're already having capacity issues. We can reroll. Alright, so I'm going to do it in the chance that we might get multi-strike. We got speed stone. So that's interesting. I mean, the draft being quick is useful. Yeah, I think we want to reserve this slot for multi-strike if we can get it, but I think a quick draft is pretty good. Although we have invested a lot more in that unit, and then I was sort of like taking it in case we didn't get anything better, but now it's one of our most heavily upgraded units. So here, I think I'm going to go with aggressive in case anything does get past our units. Well, you know what? This could be good too, though, right? The only other direct damage spell we have is a Tumbra Assault. So now there's a second one. And maybe we'll get some money out of it. Yeah, so I'm wishing I had gone the other way this time, you know, because we didn't get the upgrades I wanted. But if we had gotten multi-strike on a big sludge, you know. All right, double barrel. So that's a tough one. All right, well. Unfortunately, it's going to take a lot of damage here. but this is kind of where he needs to be. No. Put the rubble morsel there because there's nothing better to do with it. That button press didn't take. Ooh, this is bad. So we need to tank a hit. So that'll... Well, it helps, but it doesn't solve the problem. So, okay, we're gonna have to win this one without the champion. Let's get the Wickless Baron up here, I guess. Yeah, I totally forgot about our capacity problem. So, oh well, I guess we can reform Penumbra when we get the card. So he's gonna have really low burnout. Alright. Well, we've got a lot going on here, so let's get big sludge there. And that solves that. And then the question is, do we want to do this? I mean, it's not going to reduce the cost by enough if we draw this Shadow Siege. So I think it's just not good enough. We'll put this guy up here. He'll tank a hit and then also give the Baron a harvest trigger. Oh, and I forgot the bomb. The bomb was dazed, so it didn't go off. Okay. Well, I think you want to do that. Yeah, unfortunately, Big Sludge hasn't been powered up enough to do exactly what he needs to do there. Oh, and that one was hasted. Alright, well. The burnout here is a problem, but I think this will clear out these. We'll make this bigger. Well, they're all dazed. Yeah, I don't know. I guess our Pyre's gonna take some hits. think it still makes sense to bring this guy back. He's going to be there for 2 turns. And the trample does some good work. And then we'll help out Big Sludge with one of these. Alright, well, I guess we can do that. So he'll do some damage, I guess. Yeah. I don't know, I'm not crazy exactly about how this turn went. Hopefully we'll be able to do something useful on the next floor here. Okay, well, I think... Actually, hold on. Alright, he's not going to fit. But let's just bring this guy back. And we put him here. Yeah, and there we've got our victory. Oh, and also he's dazed. Awesome. Because of our thing. Alright. So what do we get here? Formless Child is interesting. Right, I mean, I guess a lot of times it'll hit a Morsel, which isn't terrible. But maybe not exactly what we want. This is also interesting. Remove burnout and debuff effect. Well, you know what? The final boss is going to be dishing out debuffs, so let's do this. And it's a way to be able to restore units. So these, I mean, I think we've kind of got everything we need already. Like the role, these are all serving sort of the same frontline role that we've got filled. So I'm just going to take the money here. And I feel a little bit like that's maybe the wrong decision. And I think we need capacity. I also want Ember so we can get that Shadow Siege out there, but I think we're too constrained by capacity right now. And then that one card that we have that expands it is just not enough, especially because I'm going to take the same upgrade that makes our champion bigger. Okay, so we could go this way and duplicate something, which I'm probably going to do. What would we duplicate? Honestly, that draft is probably our best card. Maybe the cheap molded. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's go this way. Figure out what unit do we get. Again, I don't think we have a slot for those guys. I was hoping to get a Morsel Master or something. Alright, so here we can get rid of Train Stewards. Do that. Alright, so I think Monstrous 2 seems good to me. I mean, Architect would be good too, but I mean, I don't know, it's hard for me to ever justify not just doubling down on the same choice over again. You know, because like each progressive one is so much better. And the trample is quite useful. And the problem we had on the last fight is just you know, when those rage units come in, you know, the four little guys, each with rage, and they, you know, we didn't have enough HP to support, you know, facing wave after wave of that. Or maybe it wasn't wave after wave, but there was at least one wave that ate most of our HP, and we just don't have ways to recover HP for our champion. A little disappointed. I feel like I'm still struggling, especially because I got kind of the mix of units that I was hoping for. It's just not quite coming together yet. Alright, Artifact would be good. But I think, let's see, these guys, they get armor on incants, which sucks. Man, the spikes is so difficult. Alright, I'm just going to do a straight fight here, especially because I was just talking about how I'm not confident about our abilities, so I think that's a sign I shouldn't be taking on challenges. I should wait until I get a dominant performance and then say, okay, yeah, it is working. And then maybe. So I think this guy still makes sense on the first floor. Big sludge right here. And the Wickless Baron up here, and unfortunately we didn't get our Morsel out. Yeah, the Shadow Siege, I mean, I want to see it in action, but I'm not, I don't know, it just doesn't seem likely. We get a way to boost our Ember. Okay, so down here, obviously is where we need to put our Space Prism. So I think that's good. Get this guy here too. Big Sludge will benefit from the when he decays, and we'll have less things in the deck if we ever get that summon. Okay. Well, I think this is going to be beneficial for us. So we get some money out of it. So I'm going to try this, see what happens. Alright, we got a super drag. Well, super drag is not terrible. We'll put him up here so big sludge will benefit when he burns out. Alright, so we have to be careful of the incant triggers on this guy. So I always love to bring back the Morsel Miner. Yeah. Alright, so I don't think we're going to be able to completely stop this guy in the middle here, but doing our best. And our champion's not doing so great in the HP department. Well, you know what? This could be a time to kill him, bring him back, and then make him wickless. So... I mean, 6 damage on the pyre kind of sucks a little bit, but... I mean, would this be enough? This is going to do 13. The 29, that would be just enough. Ah, that's such a hard decision. So is Big Sludge going to be able to fight the boss on his own? I'm not confident of that, so I'm gonna do this thing. So I kill him. We bring him back. Now we remove his burnout. And we give him these morsels here. And give Big Sludge another Morsel Miner. Actually, this guy can tank some hits. Alright, so we're doing 182 damage, which is pretty good. You know, if there was enough room on a floor for Big Sludge and the Baron, that actually might even be better. Because then they would both benefit from the harvest trigger. Alright, well. So I think... let's do this. It'll tank some hits and it'll give us some extra time. Yeah, and that wins the fight for us. The fact that this was a pretty close fight validates my suspicion that we weren't ready for the trial. So, would have liked the artifact, but liking the victory is more important. And this is okay, but it's expensive. So I think let's not do that. I do like Wicked Blaze because it gives you an extra buff. So I'm going to do that even though it's expensive. Yeah. I'm not sure there's anything else to say than that. That's sum total. Alright, well, I think this is good because I wanted to upgrade spells anyway, and we get healing. Alright, remove consume from this thing. I'm not sure. Makes sense. Removing consume from this, I think, makes it okay. There's so many things we want to reduce the cost of here. Like Space Prism as well, now that it's more expensive. Alright, no, we didn't get holdover, unfortunately. Although, you know, this permafrosting... this could be interesting. Alright, we'll hold it for a turn when like we actually have the energy to spare. And this, I like this being cheap. Alright. Okay, so this is the stealth guy. They're coming in with rage. They sweep. No, okay, that's this guy. He's got sweep. And they slay. Okay, sweep with rage gain on the slay. Oh man, this is tough. This guy is like a morsel killer. Alright, so we're not going to go for the trial on this one because this team is sort of optimized to destroy us. This guy here in the hope for other cards in the future. Put this drag up here to get him out of the deck, and also in case a collector shows up. well, a Winkless Baron, you're going here. And then I'm gonna make some more space here so we can see if maybe try to get the Sludge and the Wickless Baron on the same floor. I guess we'll bring the giraffe back. Forgot what we had slayed there, but I think this kind of works. Alright. Okay. So big sludge, you get up front. And we'll bring back Morsel Miner. With some extra damage on him. Does he fit down here? Nope. Yeah, now that I'm putting both of those harvest guys on the same floor, maybe I should have taken another one of those other options that I passed up earlier. Alright, so this guy's gonna get killed. It doesn't matter that the healer gets by. So let's kill that guy, make some money. Bring back Mr. Morsel Miner. And there's no real need to do Wickless recruitment. I guess this guy can take a hit, right? There's not a huge downside there. Well, and there's only 2 available. It's a 50-50 shot. Let's try it. Nope. We got a super drag. Let's put the super drag here. Bring back this guy. All right. Well, bring back Super Morsel Miner. I think also the life-stealing one. down here, basically our goal is just to mill off some of the stealth before we go down and do a little bit of damage. And I think Sludge and the Baron are going to be fine. Well, yeah, maybe not. With 4 stealths. No, that's working out just fine. So make some room there. I don't know why I'm even bothering with this, because we've already won. Yeah, I guess as long as we live long enough for that first life steal to kick in. We're pretty good. Alright, so the plan does appear to be working. If it was working a little bit better, maybe we could do the trials. So having energy, I mean, would be good. I've been complaining about energy, and we're not doing anything with our top floor. So let's get this. And I'm gonna get this for the prep for the final fight when we're gonna have sap. So. Okay, well, I think our pyre health is doing fine. We could use some unit upgrades, but we can also use an artifact. I'm not really sure what we're going to duplicate over here. Let's see what this... extinguish abilities trigger an additional time. I don't think we have any extinguish abilities. We have harvest abilities. So yeah, because we don't have any of those right now, I don't think this is... I mean, you know, there are times when this is amazing, but I don't think this run is one of those times. So I guess we'll just take this. And what do we want to duplicate? I mean, we could get another big sludge. We could duplicate this thing. You know, I kind of like having another one of these in the deck. If we had some more upgrades on Big Sludge, I think I might have been inclined to do that, but... Alright, so I'm not going to do this because we just did added a way to restore pyre health. So I don't think it's really needed. And our deck is already 29 cards, so... Alright. Multi-strike and range, it's kind of a tough one for us. I mean, we're damage... You know, resisting damage isn't our strong suit, really, but we can reform units, so... Okay. So, I mean, I like Penumbra down here. Put a draft in front. And we'll get some money. like our Baron here. And this, there is nothing available, so. Yeah, unfortunately I don't really see anything that's going to be able to punch through and get that guy. Get this guy to do, do the extra 45 damage, but wow, this is rough. But Big Sludge is a good blocker as long as we get him in front. What is available here? Oh, Draft. Well, that's not terrible. I think putting him back down here on the first floor is the way we want to go, though. Oh, and I should not incant on this floor. Okay. Well, I mean, this is, I think, nice to use on a Draft. It does so much damage now. That is kind of hard to not put this guy here. And then really, like I said earlier, I don't think we have anything that can stop this guy. I mean, I guess it still makes sense to keep bringing the Draft back. Because we've got to just keep putting out the damage on this to thin them out, because otherwise it's not going to happen. I mean, I would like to be giving morsels to Penumbra here, but it's just not happening. Well, and this is tempting. But I think doing Antumbra Assault is going to be good here. It'll give us the morsels. Alright, and then let's try this. Alright, another super drag. Eventually that's going to work, and it's going to be amazing, but until that day, we're going to have to live with super drags. Ooh, lifesteal, that's great. I think we just still want to keep going with our tried and true here. Maybe giving this guy more lifesteal would be good, actually. I don't know. But I mean, having boosted stats is also amazing, so you can't say it's bad to give him a morsel miner. Oh, and here we go. Give him lifesteal this way. Final wave. Yeah, alright, so, I mean, it's, whatchamacallit, you know, a little psychologically deflating to see our champion get stomped so badly here, but, alright, he did his, you know, he, like I said earlier in the run, he's doing his job if he's preventing the minions from getting to the pyre. These guys are the anti-boss crew. So... first, oh, well, they're not doing a great job right now, though. First, we're going to bring back Mr. Draft, though, and he's going to do quite a bit of damage. In fact, he's going to win the fight for us. And might as well bring back... I was going to say the Morsel Miner, but I think an extra lifesteal is going to be better. All right. Yeah, that draft, I mean, for being kind of a, you know, plan B, you know, emergency backup unit, it actually does quite good work, so trample is nice. Yeah, this guy... Yeah, I don't really buy it. I don't know. Because it just seems like such a... Like, how are you going to get the extinguish to go off? You know, at a useful time. I guess you could hit him with an Intember Assault or something. Do we want the Umbra Stone? I mean, we already have Trample on our champion. So I think that's enough. So I think we're actually better off just not having an extra card in the deck. This is good. I mean, all of these are good. I'm gonna go with this because I want to try to get that stupidly expensive construct to actually work at some point. We put it in the deck. I want to see it in action. Okay, so we could go here. We have a lot of money, so I think going to the trinket shop is not a bad idea. Alright. Well, we don't have any go. There. Now we can actually summon it straight up. So that's interesting. This, I mean, is not a big enough thing. We don't have anything that actually gorges. So I'm going to try this. Oh, I'm going to do that. We have a lot of units that die. So. Alright. Do we have any train stewards left? We have one, so let's get rid of him. And then let's get rid of a drag. Alright. Upgrade a unit with health. That could be good. It's another way to restore Pyre health. Get Heartless. So is there anything we'd want to get an extra 25? I mean, Big Sludge wouldn't be terrible. The Shadow Siege can use some upgrades, but he's already like at 150 is already ridiculous. Wickless Baron. It's not bad. Yeah, let's just beef up the Wickless Baron. Yeah, because Pyre health, I mean, we seem to be doing okay. I don't know, I guess we don't have a ton of consume cards, so. Yeah, let's go. Very monstrous. Although I think now he might not fit. I've seen other Let's Plays where that happened to someone. Okay, Spell Shield. I mean, we do very few direct damage spells, so I'm going to do this. Even though normally this is a crazy encounter to do the challenge on, but it's like we only have 2 direct damage spells. So it's only a little bit more challenging, and 400 coins is really nice. So we're going to try it. Alright, does he fit? He does fit, but nothing else will. Oh. Actually, we're going to be able to play everything. Alright, so Big Sludge, Wickless Baron, and we will see this thing in action for the first time. Or at least I will. I don't... Okay. Alright. So the question is, where do we want our space? I think it makes the most sense to help out our champion if he needs it. And this, I want the money. So. Oh, and we didn't get it. Because of Spell Shield. Yeah. I went through all that rigmarole justifying like, oh, why it's okay to have Spell Shield, and then I totally forgot that they had Spell Shield. Alright. Okay. We might as well do that. Forget what unit is in here. Well, let's just use the prism retrieval. It's probably gonna hit a drag. Yeah, it's okay. We'll just stick him up here to burn out and have a useful unit in reserve for reforming later. Unfortunately, we got hit with one Ember Train there. But we do have extra Ember, so that's an upside, I guess. Well, so normally we would use this on the top floor, but there's no room on the top floor because of our guy in the way. I think our Morsel Miner is the one we still want to bring back. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, I guess that's the way it goes. Yeah, that amount of Ember Drain kind of really sucks, but at least we'll see our construct in action. So I think... Well, I was going to Shade Splitter and then Antumbra Assault the thing we get, but... Well, I guess that still works. Okay, Lifesteal I think is good here, actually. So I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do instead is we'll just Wickless Blaze this thing. And Maybe I should use the super drag. Alright, well, that's the got his first hit. So I think Sludge is not as beefed up as I want it to be here. So we're gonna give him some more space for morsels. So I'll play these. All right. Yeah, I think we, on the next upgrade, we need to go for capacity. But, I mean, I guess, you know, I couldn't have anticipated that we were going to get this, so that solved a lot of our problems for us. Alright, wow, 875 is quite a bit of damage. Use this to bring back... Well, I guess we never played the draft. So bring this guy back. And another lifesteal is going to be pretty good. Alright. And this is actually pretty good that our, you know, we're doing 180 per hit. And this guy, he gets worse on a per hit basis, so having a single big hit rather than like a multi-attack or something is actually really solid there. Alright, and so we've already won, so we'll just hit the end turn and let it happen. So I'm feeling good about that. Everything kind of worked out exactly the way I wanted it to, and we got the bonus, so we're going to be able to... I think I clicked on that. We're going to be able to buy some stuff on the next thing. A Shroud Spike, I think, is kind of amazing. Alright, we have all this extra energy floating around now. I don't think we need these things. Alright, so spell upgrades or unit upgrades? Honestly, I think we need unit upgrades more. And our pyre health is pretty good, and we have some ways to get it to improve it. Yeah, we've never really upgraded our units very much, so let's go this way. We'll check out the trinkets first. Damage shield 2 is great. Extra draw is great. Pyre being tougher is pretty good. Alright, so we'll leave those for a second and let's see what our options are in here. And we still have the rerolls as well. Okay, these aren't as good. So let's leave that for a minute. I mean, there might be a multi-attack or something behind the reroll, but let's get this stuff that we liked here. So that, I think this... Let's reroll, see what the options are. Units get an extra upgrade slot. Well, this is interesting for when we bring them back. I'm gonna do that. So then things like bringing Penumbra back is more of a viable strategy. All right, so let's. That seems like that's such a weak improvement that I'm not gonna bother with that, I think. But I think the Wickless Baron giving him a bit more of an attack is good. So I'm gonna do this. Endless. Is there anything we care about being endless? Not really. Well. Alright, I guess Big Sludge are even tougher. Yeah. And I mean, I guess there's no downside to improving one of our dregs. And we go here. What do we want to get rid of? Potentially this thing, because I'm not sure it's good enough anymore. I think one of our shade splitters probably. So let's at least get rid of this. And then let's get rid of one of the dregs. And we'll do our final fight here. Okay. So, I mean, I think the deck is kind of working the way I wanted it to, so like I think this is going to be a fair test of whether it was a good strategy from the beginning, so there we go. That's a nice start. This Baron. We are going to use this up here. And then, you know, hopefully we'll be able to counteract it a bit. Alright, these make sense for the Baron, because he gets better when he eats... Oh, yeah, Tumbra Assault. Well, let's think about that. Okay, there's no room here, so these are all going to be eaten by the Baron. Yeah. Let's try to put him behind. Yeah. Doesn't really matter, because he's not... There aren't any attackers. And we are still getting money for them, even though there's nowhere to spend it now. I totally forgot we had that upgrade. I guess that's part of our why we had so much money. And I didn't quite... Alright. Well, this guy, you're going in up here. Wow, they're doing a lot of damage. Yeah, what am I these filled the capacity. There's nothing I can do down here except wait for the damage to happen. So I'm thinking like, ooh, what kind of morsel do I want to give to Penumbra? But the answer is none. Because I can give him none. So the Baron's gonna get it all. And the same deal up top, right? Yeah, I filled the capacity with the unit, so let's put these guys in front this time. Ooh. Big sludge, you need to get out there. So unfortunately, the placement of these guys is a little bit screwed up, but like I would have much rather had Morsel Miner there. I totally forgot we had that card draw ability. Okay, well, this is interesting. So he's dying, which I'm not a super fan of. We can't really help that. This guy's doing so much damage, I think we need to take him out. Let's get a Morsel Miner. And we will Shroud Spike it. Okay, well, this gets rid of debuffs, right? So, maybe I should have gotten rid of his debuffs. Might have been better for the trample. Alright, well, it sucks that he's going to die, but we can bring him back with the thing, right? That was our whole argument for combustible wax, and we've got that that card in there, the Wickless Recruitment, that removes burnout anyway. So hopefully we can keep him alive. You know, the combination of bringing him back and keeping him alive will hopefully work out. All right. Alright, Penumbra, you're back on the bottom floor, where you like to be. Here, well, we need to do a little more damage, and Big Sludge is going down, so let's put Mr. Draff in front. Yeah, we have such a capacity problem. Yeah, so I'm not super happy that our Pyre's taking damage, but it does have a lot of HP, so it can take a few hits. Alright, finally we got our Space Prism. So what do we want to do with it? Do we want to expand this, or this? I think we've got to go bottom floor. And I think this draft, we need to do this. Well, he's going down. And the only things we have in there, I think, are dregs. So, well, I mean, what else are we gonna spend the... Oh! Morsels. Alright, well. They're pretty good. So you can go there. And we might as well take the burnout off our champion. If he gets killed, he gets killed. We can just do the same thing again. Alright. So it's not fantastic that these heavy hitters in the back are getting up to the pyre, but, you know. Yeah, now I'm getting a little bit more concerned about the pyre there, because we can't afford too many more turns like that. Okay, well, Wicked Blaze. Let's bring back Big Sludge. Oh, you know what? Actually, I probably should have brought back whatchamacallit? The draft first. With the bonus to the attack. Yeah. Alright, well, there's no more room for anything else, so we're not going to play anything else. Alright, well, this is a good time. Ow. I was going to say this is a great time for Antumbra Assault because it takes care of this, but he beamed in an extra one. So I think it's still good, but I think we like Morsel Miner here. And guess we'll do that. Ugh. Should have looked over here what this guy's harvest trigger was. Yeah, this is not great. Yeah, we have such a capacity problem. We need that card to cycle around faster. Yeah, I wish I had, like, if I had known ahead of time that I was going to get this, I could have picked a different choice for that. We would have gone capacity, and, final wave. Okay, well, I think final wave will do molded to bring back Penumbra. And then Wicked Blaze. Wait, is the... oh, here he is. On the draft. So he's going to do quite a bit of damage from back here. Okay, up here, Petty Theft does good work. Well, they're both getting killed, so it doesn't matter. Well, you know what? Actually, though. I don't want to get rid of his burnout. So I wanted to get rid of his sap, but not his burnout. Because if we bring him back again on the next floor, it's going to be better for us if he has a longer burnout. So let's just do it like that. Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to be able to survive if these guys get to the pyre. Alright, well, there's no room for anything. So I think we need to Antumbra Assault. Well, wait, hold on. This guy's only going to survive one turn. This guy, he does 100. He's got 175 HP. So we're screwed if he gets up there. So let's get rid of this guy. Alright. And then I think this is our best way to do damage with one one space of capacity. So we're going from 186 to 1002. It's a pretty nice upgrade. Yeah, so this is mostly our Wickless Baron, who's been sitting there racking up HP the entire fight, so that's pretty good. Alright, the Pyre's got 6 HP, which is 5 more than it needs for victory, so. And we've won. Okay, our construct dude, whatever this guy's called, Shadow Siege, is getting the job done. We also managed to make some space here, so let's give him a morsel to celebrate. Alright. Alright. I'm feeling pretty good about that. I think my theory of like how to improve my play was really validated there. Because the strategy worked kind of exactly how I hoped it would. Our champion was kind of the, rather than being the boss killer, he was sort of the unit killer, and that lets me focus the morsels on building up a boss killer on a different floor. So, yeah. And a little bit of a sound effects freak out there at the end, but. Yeah, this was exhilarating. It was such a close call at the end, and it all worked out. And that sort of that crazy lark of like, oh, I've never seen this guy before. Let's put him in the deck. He managed to get us the win. So it's like everything about this run kind of worked pretty well. All right, so we've moved up to the next Covenant rank. Yeah, and Big Sludge, I like him as a unit. I think he's got cool art. The way his mechanic works is pretty cool, so I'm happy he was on the team. Yeah, awesome. Alright, well, yeah, I'm not sure I have anything else to say, so I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you come back next time. Bye.